Hi there beautiful people! This week, I will be sharing on the fundamental and latest technical analysis on VITROX Corporation Berhad, bearing stock ticker VITROX 0097, a stock trading on the Bursa main board, which has been surging high in recent weeks and retracing back lately. So if you are keen to know more about VITROX stock, make sure you watch this video till the end. Since its inception way back in year 2000, co-founded by Mr. Chu Zhen Wang and Xiao Kok Tong, VITROX design, manufactures innovative, leading-edge and cost-effective automated vision inspection equipment and system-on-chips embedded electronics devices for the semiconductors and electronics packaging industries. On 24th June 2007, VITROX successfully debuted on Bursa Malaysia under the name of VITROX Corporation Berhad. In year 2018, VITROX moved its new headquarters, VITROX Campus 2.0, which symbolizes its significant growth and expansion. And in year 2019, VITROX established itself as a world leader in providing total machine vision solution, particularly in the semiconductors and electronics sectors. VITROX emphasizes on continuous innovation, and it has constantly invested into research and development to ensure that it continues to develop innovative machine vision solutions for various industries. Besides that, the management also emphasized on environmental sustainability initiative and fostered a culture of team building within the company. So far, VITROX has won numerous prestigious new product introductions awards, which showcase their continued focus on innovation. Last year, 2023, VITROX marked a milestone achievement with the completion of VITROX Campus 3.0, which will dramatically increase their operational capabilities. With the Certificate of Completion and Compliance secured on 18 December last year, VC 3.0 has expanded its total usable floor space by an astounding 90.2% to 925,127 square feet, and this expansion sets a solid foundation for VITROX to accommodate anticipated growth and expand their manufacturing capacity in the coming years, ensuring that VITROX remains at the forefront of innovation and productivity. So, what does VITROX do? VITROX Corporation Berhad designs, manufactures, and sells automated machines vision inspection system and equipment primarily for the semiconductors and electronic industries. VITROX has three core products, that is, machine vision system, or in short form, MVS. VITROX core offering is its MVS, which utilizes advanced camera technology and image processing software to inspect various electronics components for defects. This system can identify issues like misprint, scratches, or incorrect placement on printed circuit board, or in short form PCBs, and other electronics components. The second core product is automated board inspection, or in short form ABI. This refers to a specific applications of MVS focused on inspecting assembled PCBs for defects during the manufacturing process. ABI system ensure PCBs meet quality standards before moving to subsequent assembly stages. Its third core product is Integrated Industrial Embedded Solution, or in short form IIES. VITROX also offers integrated solutions that combine MVS technology with other hardware and software components. These solutions might include data management system, human-machine interfaces, and communication protocols for factory automations and Industry 4.0 integrations. Next, who are VITROX target customers? VITROX primarily focuses on Tier 1 and Tier 2 electronics contract manufacturers, or in short form EMS, or original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, across various sectors like automotive, telecommunication, consumer appliances, and industrial manufacturing. In the electronic manufacturing industries, companies are often categorized by tiers based on their annual revenue, size, and capability. Tier 1 ECMs are the largest and most established players in the electronic manufacturing services industry. Some well-known Tier 1 ECMs include Foxconn, Hon Hai Precision Industry, which is the parent company of Foxconn, Wistron, Flextronic, Jabal Circuit, and Sanmina SCI. Tier 2 ECMs are typically smaller than Tier 1 and may have more regional or national presence. Some Tier 2 ECMs include Celestica, ST Flash, Exor, Plexus, Venture, and USI. VITROX have gained substantial recognition from the world's top 10 EMS customers who utilize their platform for inspecting PCB boards during their surface mount technology process. VITROX's primary focus lies in the back-end semiconductors packaging industry, which is anticipated to rise significantly in the region. Additionally, VITROX has also made strides in the semicon sectors, aligning well with the emerging semiconductors opportunities in Mexico. Why Mexico? Because the recent increasing demand for diversified and resilient supply chain has driven numerous companies to engage in nearshoring practices in Mexico. For example, American manufacturing companies are strategically relocating their production closer to their home bases and US consumers, thereby reducing their reliance on the Asian market. Mexico's close proximity to the United States has a distinct geographical advantages, complemented by a substantial cost-effective labor force and the benefits of the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement. Furthermore, Chinese electronic manufacturers are also diversifying their production presence in Mexico. This strategic move helps them mitigate the risk associated with shipping challenges and geopolitical uncertainties. Hence, by having a sales and support sites in Mexico, VITROX is well poised to seize these opportunities, further bolstered by its global business support framework. Overall, VITROX plays a crucial role in ensuring quality controls and efficient production within the electronics manufacturing industry by providing advanced machine vision inspection solutions. Now comes the fundamental analysis. Now, let us take a look at VITROX's financial performance for the past 5 years from year 2019 to 2023. We could see clearly over here that VITROX has been recording an increasing revenue and net income year over year from 2019 to 2022, but things took a turn in the financial year 2023, where it recorded a year-over-year decrease of 23.27% in its revenue and a decline of 36% in its net income versus financial year 2022. According to the management, this downturn was mainly due to a dip in demand for their key products like machine vision system and automated board inspection. As quoted by the management, the whole industry was feeling the pinch, with economic recovery going slower than we all hoped for, and this led to their customers tightening their belts. These global economic headwinds played a significant role in reduction of their revenue for the year of 2023. And what about its latest quarterly earnings result? Over here, we can see that VITROX's latest quarterly earnings ended 31st March 2024, which was released on the 25th April 2024. It recorded a revenue of RM 119.61 million, which was a decline of about 10.29% quarter over quarter, and net income of Ringgit Malaysia 17.23 billion, which saw a decline of about 47.78% quarter over quarter, due to softer demands for its automated board inspection. These most recent figures reveal a continued downward trend, marking the 5th consecutive quarter of year-on-year decline for the group. Despite the recent continuous decline on its financial performance, at least it is heartening to see that VITROX spotted a healthy total cash of RM 336.18 million versus its total debts of RM 61.26 million and having only a low debt to equity ratio of 6.28%. For educational purpose, a low debt to equity ratio means the company has financed its operations and assets primarily with its own equity, that is owner's investment, rather than relying heavily on borrowed funds, that is debts. This can be a sign of financial stability because the company isn't burdened by large debt obligations and interest payments. With less debts, the company also has a lower risk of defaulting on its loan repayment if its financial performance weakens. Hence, this metric is definitely important for investors who are looking for less risky investment. A low debt to equity ratio also gives the company more flexibility to raise additional funds in the future, either through borrowing or issuing new equity if needed for expansion or other purposes. With the stock market being a forward-looking instrument, now what I think is important to know is what is the market outlook for VITROX going forward? The market outlook for VITROX Corporation Berhad for the rest of 2024 and beyond is a mixed bag with both positive and negative factors for us to consider. The positive factors: long-term growth potential. The global semicon industry is expected to experience a gradual recovery in the second half of 2024 and with forecasted continued growth into year 2025 as shown on the chart here, which should benefit VITROX. Though the back-end equipment sector, which includes semiconductor test and assembly and packaging equipment, has been experiencing a downturn since 2022 into 2023, exacerbated by macroeconomic challenges and a dip in semiconductor demand. However, a turnaround is expected in year 2024 with forecasted growth of 13.9% and 24.3% in test and assembly and packaging equipment sales respectively, and further increases anticipated in year 2025. On top of that, with VITROX management targeting high growth sectors like artificial intelligence, 5G telecommunication, electric vehicles, and high performance computing, all this aligns with future booming trends. In conclusion, going forward, the management of VITROX anticipates a gradual uptick in the first half of 2024, followed by a consistent growth towards year-end, notwithstanding occurrence of global trade tensions such as trade wars and export restrictions and geopolitical instability, which could disrupt supply chains and impact demands for VITROX products. Another thing which I think worth mentioning here is the setting up of its own education center named VITROX College in early last year 2023, located at Batu Kawan Industrial Park, Penang, as a pragmatic way to address talent shortage issues. With over 2 decades of industrial experience, VITROX competency in providing the resources, up-to-date knowledge and skill is capable of setting up a work-based learning college that bridges the gap between education and industry system. Banking on that, VITROX College can play a vital role in attracting talents and training them to become skilled workers. This will also help to solidify Penang's position as a talent magnet in the northern region. Overall, we could say that the analyst opinions are divided. In my opinion, while VITROX's short-term outlook might be impacted by industry headwinds, but with VITROX focusing on high-growth sectors and R&D investment, this should position them well for the potential long-term growth. Hence, I am comfortable buying into stock like VITROX. And if I want to buy into VITROX stock, of course, I need to take a look at its latest chart pattern, right? We could see that VITROX chart pattern made an all-time high on December 2021 at RM 5.35 before pivoting and crashing down all the way into an all-time low of 3 ringgit around March 2022. Ever since then, VITROX stock has been trading sideways within a range high of RM 4.23 and a low range of RM 3.3 for a period of 2 years and 3 months, that is from March 2022 till early June this year. Then, on the 10th June this year, which was a Monday, we could see how VITROX stock price did a gap up to open at 4 ringgit and 15 cents despite previous last close at 3 ringgit and 97 cents, and it continued its 3 days consecutive surge to hit an all-time high of 5 ringgit 90 cents on the 12th of June before retracing back down to close at 4 ringgit and 50 cents. From previous close of 3 ringgit and 97 cents on 7 June this year to an all-time high of 5 ringgit and 90 cents, this was a jump of 48% within 3 trading days. In other words, if you have invested RM 100k into VITROX on 7 June this year, 3 days later, your RM 100k would have become 148,000. And aren't you curious to find out what catalyst could have caused such a big jump in VITROX stock price within such a short period? This certainly piqued my interest, and upon digging further, this is what I have found. On the 11th June this year, it was reported on the Edge Online that NVIDIA Corp Chief Executive Officer Jensen Huang, in his keynote address at Computex Taipei on 2nd June, it showed that VITROX was one of the key players of the edge artificial intelligence and robots in the factory ecosystem of Foxconn Industrial Internet. And at the same time, it was also the ex-date of bonus issue of VITROX on the 10th of June 2024, which in other words, if you own VITROX stock on that date, you will receive a bonus issue on the basis of one bonus share for every one existing VITROX share held. So now this explains why such an euphoric buying into VITROX stock, as Nvidia is now the darling of Wall Street since October 2022 till now, which has also witnessed the increase of Nvidia stock price by a whopping 1000% up to date. As a result, any stock related to Nvidia would certainly enjoy such spillover bullish effect on its stock price as well. I wonder how many retailers got trapped buying at the high when the FOMO effect was at its peak. Now, as the market maker offloaded all their shares on the 12th of June and enjoyed a great profit of 40%, sadly, many retailers have become the backholders of VITROX stock at such high level. This is where technical analysis skills comes into play here. Technical Analysis 101. When a stock price started rallying up and then a wide range green bar appeared like this one on the 11th of June, it is usually a sign that this could be the final sprint made by the market maker to induce retailers to get in, and the next day, it would usually unload all onto the retailers with probability of up to 99%. And retailers who FOMO in at the final hours often get trapped and become backholder now. This is the reason why I usually don't like to press till the maximum high to offload my position, and I also don't like to chase the high, as I don't want to be caught backholding the trade when the market maker offloaded all their holdings onto the market. After I witnessed the rally in the VITROX stock price, instead of FOMO into buying it, I put VITROX stock under my watch list. And on the 24th of June, when VITROX stock price retraced back down to touch its daily 20 SMA at 4 ringgit and 20 cents, which also coincided with its previous breakout level, I bought in my first tranche. As we could see here from the chart, VITROX stock price didn't hold at its 20 SMA but continued pulling back down to a low of 4 ringgit and 05 cents on the 1st of July Monday. This again reinforced that technical analysis or chart pattern only offer high probability play and never 100% guarantee. Hence the importance of buying into a stock in tranches. I didn't add my second tranche yet, as I was waiting for it to retrace back down to its next stronger support level, which is at 3 ringgit and 98 cents, which is also its gap fill level. Since then, VITROX stock price has made a rebound higher on the 2nd July before retracing back down to around 4 ringgit and 08 cents as I'm making this video due to a sell call issued by Maybank Investment Bank on the 3rd of July. Now, let me share with you my train of thoughts on VITROX trade. While it's a fact that VITROX has now entered into the ecosystem of Nvidia and the recent euphoric buying is a testament of how VITROX stock price is capable of running up upon such good news. So in the future, there is no telling that there won't be another similar 40 to 50% run-up in the VITROX stock price should there be another good news related to the collaboration with Nvidia being released. Don't you agree? And even if such news never materialize at all again in the near future, at least I know I am buying into a stock which has been making profit consistently year over year and riding on the booming trends of AI, Internet of Things, 5G telecommunication, electric vehicles, and high-performance computing. Hence, this is also one of the reasons why I choose to buy into VITROX among other ATE players listed on Bursa such as Greatech, Pentamaster, and Mitech. And apart from that, technically, when I look at VITROX chart pattern, it's looking to form an M pattern, which if materialized, this pattern shall send VITROX stock price back up to 5 ringgit 90 cents, which would represent a potential profit of 40%. Or if I want to be more conservative or kiasi, I can exit at 5 ringgit level, which would still represent a profit of 19%. Another thing I would like to highlight is that VITROX next quarterly earnings should be released around 25th of July, which is about another 3 weeks from now. I was asking myself, what if VITROX stock price failed to go up by 25th of July? Do I want to panic sell prior to the earning release or hold it through its earning? That is when I saw a pattern that is, in the past 4 years from 2020, I could see that VITROX first quarter earnings tend to be weakest and its subsequent second and third quarterly earnings tend to be better. Look at how its first quarterly earning ended 31st March 2020 was the weakest among its remaining subsequent 3 quarters. Same for year 2021 and 2022. The only exception was for financial year 2023, where its first quarterly earnings ended April 2023 was still weak, and then its second quarterly earnings result improved, but its year-end 2023 came in weakest. But at least I could see that its past second and third quarterly earnings has always been stronger compared to its first quarterly earnings for the past 4 years. Hence, based on this pattern, I will choose to hold on to VITROX trade over earnings should I need to. On top of that, on the 10th of June this year, VITROX has also issued 1 bonus share for every 1 ordinary share, which in my opinions indicate the management confident in its future growth prospect. Upon all said, there is still a small probability that VITROX stock price may retrace down lower to fill the gap fill level at 3.98 ringgit, which also coincide with its 50 SMA level. Usually when 2 levels converge, it shall form like a double strength support level and it should produce a rebound from there on. So I think should this happen, I would buy to add in my second tranche. Anyway, for your info, Maybank Investment Bank has recently downgraded VITROX stock price from hold to sell on the 3rd of July this year, with target price of 3 ringgit and 40 cents, citing that VITROX may face challenges such as capacity constraint in sourcing materials and lead times, a slower pace of recovery in automotive, industrial and telecommunications end market, as well as increasing competition from Chinese peers. To me, a target of 3 ringgit and 40 cents is nearly quite impossible, as this would mean VITROX stock price need to come down to the lowest range of its previous trading channel. But should this happen, I would view it as a gift from the Mr. Market and scoop it up with both of my hands. Usually, when analysts issue sell call on a stock which has already been trading at the low, I always like to play contrarian, especially so if the stock is a profit-making one. Hence, instead of selling, I would want to ride on the selling pressures to accumulate more at lower prices. What about you? What is your thought on VITROX stock? Do you think there is a good potential in VITROX stock among other ATE players? Are you bullish that the semicon industry will start its gradual recovery from second half of this year onwards? Feel free to share your thoughts with us here. And before I end my video, if you find my content to be of value, please smash onto the like button below to let me know. I've put in lots of hours to do up this video. All your likes and comments shall motivate me to continue churning out similar quality videos every week. Bye, and I shall see you again in my next video.